Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And thank you for joining me today. Let's find out what's on the hook. I'm so glad subscribers are back. I have lots of people watching now, I think because the weather's getting cooler and you are not at outside working in the garden, you're inside working on projects. So I hope you're working on something beautiful in crochet. And I'm going to show you some new projects today, 2 new projects, and I'm also going to show you some whips that I'm working on. And a project that I'm working on, I'm going to put out a video tomorrow probably. Hopefully I can get that out, and it's going to talk about the holiday spice Afghan that I'm making with Annie's. So I'll show you all the progress I've made on that, and we'll do a little bit of an unboxing and show you what comes in that kit, and also the first square. And it is a challenge, but you know what, I was distracted and I had to frog out. If you watch me on Instagram, if you follow me there, then you will have seen the square in question and how much I had to frog because I was distracted. I was watching YouTube videos, had conversations with Mr. on the Hook, and we were talking about important things, and I was just crocheting away, and I thought, I don't have the right number of stitches on this side. Oh, whatever, I'll just fix it next time. And it didn't work, so I had to frog out at least 3 or 4 rounds, and that was painful. But that's all right. I want it to be perfect. So I'm going to go back and start at about this far from the center. So it's not that bad. I didn't have to rip out too much. But I wanted to tell you that frogging is good in some ways, because if you have a stitch count, it's always good to get that frogging out of the way and get your stitches just right, so that on the next round you'll be working on the right number of stitches. And when you're increasing and decreasing, then you'll have the right number, and you don't have to worry about fixing it like I was doing. I can usually do that with a garment because the rows are so long that usually you can fix it at one end or the other, but this did not work out that way. And I am watching the videos that come with it, and they are very, very helpful. If you're a beginning crocheter, this is for you. You can do it if you watch the videos. If you don't need the videos and you want a written pattern, which is what I do, I did watch the video, but I didn't need the video. So it worked out fine for me. But if you are a beginning crocheter, this is perfect for you. I'll put a link down in the description box. I have some people who are crocheting along with me. And if you're interested, you can sign up with Annie's and get that kit coming every month. I think it's 10 months. And that way you can have an Afghan, beautiful Afghan, I must say, finished by next fall, and you can put it right there on your sofa, and it's just so beautiful. I've been looking at this particular Afghan for months and thinking I need to order that, and then when Annie's and I decided to collaborate, that worked out just fine for me because that's the one I wanted to do. And this is a new colorway too. This is a red and green, a little bit more red and green in this one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the piece I'm doing right now, that center piece. So if you want to crochet along with me, you've got plenty of time. I won't get my another kit in for at least a month, and I sign up for monthly, not 2 weekly, because that would just be too fast to turn around for me. So monthly is where I'm at. So if you're interested in crocheting along with me, please do that. And there's a link to use down the bottom, the description box, and that way they'll know that you came from my videos and nobody else's, and that you're one of my subscribers. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and look for that video to come out in the next day or 2 whenever I finish that square. It might be next week, I don't know. I have a whole month, so I'm not worried about it. Now, first of all, let's get to it. I've got so many things to talk about today, and one is a diamond painting update, and I want to show you how far I've gotten on my angel with a flageolet. So a lot of you are watching that and keeping up with me, and I'm really excited to be moving forward with that project. Back on my angel playing a flageolet, and I took my Santa, Starry Night Santa, to the framers this week, and here's a picture of it. I'll put it here or here, wherever it ends up, but there's a picture of how it's going to be framed. We just took a picture of it and superimposed the frame onto it, so that's what it will look like. The red is actually a red velvet mat, so I'm really excited about that. I'm sure it'll be beautiful up on the mantle. Now this is the angel playing a flageolet, and I have worked to right here. Last time I talked to you, I was right there. So I've done all of this in the last week or week and a half, something like that. And I finished the hands, and those were such a challenge because there is so much shading in here that I had to spend several nights just getting that shading done right there. But now I'm working into the robe that the angel has on, and it's a beautiful kind of a rose colored, I don't know what this is going to be. It looks like it's going to be blue, but I guess maybe just the front piece is going to be pink. I don't know. It's a little bit of a mystery because this is a Heaven and Earth Designs, and there's the tag right there. It's Heaven and Earth Designs Crown Jewel Canvases, and these are put out by Heaven and Earth Designs, which is like the ultimate in cross stitch, and they have expanded to diamond painting, and they'll send you the canvas and you have to order the specific diamond drills that go with the painting, and that's what I did. And I'm already over here, so I'm about halfway done. Here's the top of the painting, and the rest of it I have rolled under here onto a pool tube right there that you throw in the swimming pool to keep you afloat. That's where I have that rolled up. So that allows me to have this list of colors, and look at that, how many there are. It takes forever to do this, and these are actually upside down because they're on the other side of the canvas. And sometimes people will turn their canvas upside down in order to work on this piece, and I did not want to do that. I did it on my last couple of diamond paintings, and it's very confusing. I did find it okay, but I would prefer to do them from the bottom up, and so that I can see the symbols on the right side. I don't have to think, well, now that's upside down. And so there's so many symbols that I would get a little bit confused. So I'm trying to get this done, doing it from bottom to top. So I'm real excited about that. And one more thing for you diamond painters out there that I want to tell you that I've discovered when I'm working on a certain section, like right in here, and there might be 30 colors in there. I know there were at least 30 colors in there. So what I did, as soon as I finished one color, you think you're finished, and then you go back and you go, oh, I've got one there and one over here that I missed out of that same particular color. And so what I've been doing is, for a whole section, as soon as I do a color, I will set that color over here. See how many colors were in that section. My glass is out of the way here, but this is what I do. I just lay the container down after I finish, and I have those kind of pulled out, because if I put them back in here, I just have to search for them again. So it's easier for me to search for them when I already have them out. So that's a little tip for you diamond painters. It's a little bit easier if you have a complicated section that you just keep your container out here where you can get to it instead of refiling it back into the other containers. And to me, that really helped quite a bit. So just a little tip. There might be 100 people out there that have already said that, or nobody, I don't know. But anyway, that makes it a little bit easier for me. Again, this is the progress I've made on my angel. I just want to show you up close how beautiful these hands are. Look at the shading in there and all back in here in the palm of his hand. Just so gorgeous. Just so gorgeous. And in the background, of course, the deep purple and blue. And then over here, it fades into the gold and brown around the edge, and that's all the way around the painting. If you'll notice, all the way around here is the gold, and there it is on the other side right there. So that kind of frames out the painting. It's very beautiful. I can't wait to finish this. So that's a little update on my angel playing a flageolet. Now, thank you to Karen and Greg for this beautiful Christmas card. It says peace right there at the bottom, and the cardinals on there, y'all know what I like. Those are my favorite bird of all time, are the cardinals. And we still have some that come here, even though I don't feed them anymore. They do fly through and sit outside my porch window, and I can look at them and know that an angel is near. And I think that's the legend, that when a cardinal shows up, then the angels are nearby. So again, my favorite bird. And thank you, Karen and Greg, for sending that. I appreciate every Christmas card that I get, and y'all are very sweet to send those to me. Every time I open my post box, I see a new Christmas card, so thank you for sending those. Now let's talk about a new project that I have going on. This is right back here. Crystal is modeling the Easy Lace scarf. Now this is based on inspiration of the Ganymede cowl, which is a knitted cowl, but this is the crocheted easy lace cowl, and it's very, very easy to do. It's very easy for a beginner. You can do this. It's not hard at all. There's no shaping. It's just a little bit of sewing and you're done with the whole cowl. You don't even have to put an edging on it. So I thought that was really fun, and I finished that when that's done in a luxury yarn from Knit Crate. It's just one I had sitting around, and it just turned out so beautifully. Now I had some more yarn sitting around from Knit Crate and decided to make this in a solid color and make it again and make it a little bit wider so that it'll go over my head a little easier. I've got a very large head. I don't know if you can tell. I have a lot of hair too, but my head is very large. It's a 23 inch, I think, or maybe 24. And so when I make a hat, it's usually a man size hat. Whoops, I've got my hair going every which way there. So I decided to make another version of it in a solid color. Let me get this up where you can see it. This is a Knit Crate. Just a yarn that was sent to me. It's an alpaca yarn with, I believe, some cashmere. Yes, it's alpaca and cashmere. Look at that. All the little hairs from the alpacas, but it also has some cashmere, and that makes it very, very, very soft, even softer than alpaca, which is already soft to begin with. So this is a beautiful, beautiful color, and I don't even know what color that is. It's tiny little trees or something like that. I guess I should get the tag and let y'all know what it is. This is called Happy Little Tree, and it's Audine Wool's Chill. That is the ball band that was on it. It's a Knit Crate yarn, of course, and it's 90% alpaca and 10% cashmere worsted weight, 150 yards on the ball. And I have 2 balls of this, so that'll be plenty to make this. Now, I'm working on the last bit of this ball. I'm probably about 2/3 away from finishing this ball, and I have this much. Now I need to make 32 inches or so, and I only have about 9 inches, so I'll be pushing it to get this out of 2 balls, but I really love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful yarn. Again, that's what it looks like, and the stitch definition is not there. You don't have to worry about your stitches because you can barely see the stitches in this. In contrast to that, wrong side, that, in that one you could see every tiny little stitch, and that was kind of fun to work with as well. Easy to crochet. This is easy to crochet too. So I'm using a J hook on this, and if you'll notice I had a little hang tag on here. Here it is. This is a little stitch marker that says J on it right there. It says J, and I've started putting these on every whip because I have been so confused sometimes of which hook I was using. So I go ahead and put that on there. After I've done a few rows and I commit to this particular project, then I put that on there, and that way I know if I pick it up in a month, I'll know exactly which hook to use, and I don't have to leave the hook in the project bag. I can put it back in my collection and use it for something else. So there you have it. That's the Easy Lace scarf, and that'll be coming out hopefully in the next few days. I know I promised it this week, but I didn't get to it, so I wanted to tell you that will be coming out in a few days. Now let's talk about what I'm wearing. Hey, what Crystal's wearing too, right there. She's wearing my my city skirt right there. And that is made with Mary Maxim great value yarn, beautiful yarn. It's a Merlot color, and I know I've talked about it many times, but I really love this skirt. It's so comfortable. Now I haven't worn it yet. Crystal's been wearing it for about 2 months now, ever since my fall lookbook came out, but it looks good on her. It's not tiny in the waist. I have a very much of a tree trunk figure, as you can see. I don't have a very small waist, so I made it to fit me, and that's how the pattern is designed, to fit you. So you take your measurements and you don't make it any smaller than you need to or any larger. It just fits you, and that's how it's designed. That's how all of my patterns are designed. I do not give stitch counts. They frustrate me, and I know they might frustrate you. I don't know. I prefer using measurements because nobody is an exact size, small, medium, or large. And when you make a garment with those sizes, you are taking a chance that it's not going to fit or that you're going to be disappointed. And I don't want y'all to be disappointed with my patterns. So I write them out. Everything is done in very clear English. There's no, there are abbreviations, but there's none of that cryptic abbreviation business where you don't even know what the designer wants. That's not how I write my patterns. Now, what I'm wearing today is my shadow vest, and that's this pattern right here. And I plan to put a different picture on there. I don't like that yellow too much, but That's the color I had on when I made it, so I went ahead and did it. But I prefer it with a white blouse. And I'm going to stand up and show this to you. How it looks is very, very casual vest. Today I am very, very casual. This is a casual vest, and it's made with Mary Maxim maximum value yarn. It is really soft. I have to say, this is some of the softest yarn. I never would have expected that. And when you get it in the skein, it's a little bit rough. You think, oh, it's going to be too rough. But when you get it made up, it's just really soft. I don't know why that works out that way, but this is a very casual look at the shadow vest. I'm actually letting my blouse hang out at the bottom, and I've seen a lot of people wear theirs this way, and I like it. I like a vest over a blouse. It just gives it a very casual look. I've got the sleeves rolled up. This is a long sleeve blouse. Sleeves are rolled up, and I'm wearing just some very casual shoes and jeans with this. So this is my outfit for the day. This is what I'm wearing, and this is the back. This is how it looks. It's fairly modest because the blouse is falling down over my hips. Now, I made this also in a green wool, and this is made with a Hobie yarn. I think it's Tweed Delight. Yes, Tweed Delight. And I can't remember the color exactly, but it's a kind of an olive green with a mint twist. That's what it looks like. But it has some beautiful tweed in it. I really like this, and I made this vest actually in the green as well. I made it a little bit longer, as you can see. It's about, I don't know, maybe a couple inches longer. So I interpreted it a little bit different. So that's what it looks like. This is an easy vest to make. It has deep armholes and a deep front. It's not designed to wear without something under it. So it's basically a vest, and it keeps your core warm, but it's not up around your neck. It's not underneath your arms real close. It's cut way down so that it's very comfortable to wear. So that's what I'm wearing today, the shadow vest made with Mary Maxim maximum value yarn in charcoal. And I like to show lots of patterns in my shows. I have, I don't know, 86, 87 patterns out there, and people will ask me, are you going to do a beret pattern? Well, there it is right there, the Purple Party beret, and it's very easy to make. It's not difficult. The instructions are very easy. I don't even believe there are any stitch counts in there. You know, you make the beret to fit your head. You don't make it by a pattern. So I give you plenty of leeway there on working with your increases and decreases. Make it easy, very easy for you to wear. Now I'm also wearing a beret. I'll never get used to this camera. Right there. And I have two of my grandsons with me. They're the two older ones at the playground. And I was wearing this wool beret and a wool cowl out of some very heavy knit crate yarn that I had received in a knit crate box, and it is just so warm on your head. I just can't believe it. So when you wear wool on your head, it is warm. I hate it if you can't wear wool, because now that I've discovered it, I realize how comfortable it is. Now this is not wool, this is acrylic, and I really love this yarn. I didn't think I would at first. I ordered quite a bit of it, and I have made a couple of things with it, but I really like the maximum value and the great value that I made my city skirt from. It's very easy to crochet with it, and it's a lot nicer, and I'll go out and say this, it's a lot nicer than the Red Heart Super Saver yarn, but it's on the same price point. It's well worth the price to get it to your house. And sometimes Mary Maxim will put out a free shipping offer code, and you'll get it in your email. If you're signed up for their emails, you'll get that. And when they go to free shipping, I always go out there and buy, you know, Afghan kits. I buy lots of yarn because I'm not having to pay for shipping. And it's a lot of fun, really. It's the last time, every time I order from them, that's usually how I do it. I'll wait for a free shipping offer code, and then I will order from Mary Maxim. But again, this is the maximum value. Love it. I'm not sponsored by Mary Maxim in any possible way. But I just love their company, and I love all their products. I've bought many, many things from Mary Maxim. Now let's talk about some whips. Y'all know I have whips going on like crazy, and Susan, I know you had written me about my Persian tiles Afghan that I was working on very heavily, and then I just quit. I lost interest, and I was distracted by a lot of other projects that I was doing. So, and I answered you on Instagram actually, because you had asked me that question. But I have 2 Afghans actually, and 3 on the hook. And I have the Parisian Tiles, which is from Mary Maxim. I have the Holiday Spice Afghan on the hook now, and I also have the Brick Afghan from Mary Maxim. It's a beautiful Afghan. I'll get those out and show you all 3 maybe in one of my videos. I don't have them right this second right next to me. The 2 are behind me underneath all those clothes. They're on a shelf and they're in a nice project bag, so they're not just thrown every which way. I do look at them all the time. They're in my way when I walk back there and I think I really need to work on that. And so I probably need to put in some time on that during Christmas time. And again, I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to do during December. I know this is one, and I may do another one before Christmas. I don't know. It just depends on where I am and what I have to do. So I wanted to just tell you that up front because I'm not sure how many videos I'll be putting out. I will be putting out a video about the Holiday Spice Afghan, and that'll be self-contained. It'll be only about that, and I'll unbox and then I'll show you what I'm doing with that first square. Now let's talk about whips. I have 2 sweater whips on the hook, and these are made with the using the multicolor Cardi pattern that I made from all the different wools. It was a stash buster for this one, but I'm also making a couple of other ones. They're just a different look, and this is the one I'm making from the Karen Latte Cakes. Love this yarn. It's so beautiful. And this one, I don't know what it was. I think when you get these latte cakes, you have to be careful not to handle them too much. I'd handled the first one that I used on this sweater. This is my second latte cake. I'm making this sweater. The first latte cake, I had handled it way too much, and it absolutely fell apart at the end. I spent a lot of time just undoing knots, and I would recommend that when you get one of these, that the yarn is very slick and it's very beautiful yarn. I love it, but see how carefully I have pulled out of the center here. I haven't disturbed it at all, and hopefully that will help me not have to end up with a whole lot of knots to undo. I'm being very careful about how I pull this out. But let me show you the sweater I'm working on, and it's the multicolored Cardi, of course, and this is how far I've gotten. I am on the sleeve now. I'm on Sleeve Island. I know people talk about that, and they're right. I made these sleeves a little bit bigger, and that means that I started the sleeve a little bit lower on this side, and as you look at the pattern you'll know what I'm talking about. But I made the sleeve a little bit bigger at the body right there. See, right there at the body where my finger is right there. I made it a little bit bigger there because it's going to hang down just a little bit more on the side, which is what I wanted. I don't want it right up under my arm, so I let it be down a little bit farther than I usually do, but I'm going to see how it goes. Now of course that has to do also, that interrupts the decreasing that I'm doing, but I'm doing it right by the pattern to see how it turns out at the bottom. I might have to do 2 rows of very intense decreasing at the end before I get to the cuff, and the cuff will be made from the other yarn that I'm using right there, right up there. It's a worsted weight yarn, and it's even bigger than this. This is supposed to be bulky 5. This Karen cake is called a bulky 5, but the only reason is because it's so hairy. It has a lot of halo on it, as you can see. Look at that, all down there. Lots of halo, but it's really nice and it's very, very comfortable. So I have tried this on. It fits great. This is what it looks like on. Well, I have to get it up here. It's quite a bit longer than this vest. See, the vest is way up under there. It's quite a bit longer than that, and that's how I want it. It's a winter sweater, and it's going to be so beautiful when I finish. And this is how far I have gotten on the sleeve. Right about elbow length, right there, right about the elbow length. That's the progress that I've made on that. Like I said, I'm on Sleeve Island. I'm struggling to finish it. I'm really doing it in front of the TV because I can do the sleeves in front of the TV. If I know how many rows I need between decreases, I can just count up, and then on those rows I know I have to decrease twice, and it's not difficult when you're watching TV, but some things you can and some things you can't do in front of the TV. So I found that this is a very easy sweater to work on. Now my second whip is also, well, it's not my second whip. My second sweater whip is also being made by that same pattern. This is the multicolor cardie made with spun colors. If you saw my thumbnail, you will have seen this. This is Premier spun colors, 419 yards on the ball. Yeah, I think it's all acrylic. I shouldn't say that. I don't know that for sure, but I think it is. This is called Woodland, the colorway. And no, actually, it's 65 acrylic, 35 superwash merino. So there it is. That's what it looks like on their website. This is where I buy it, from Premier. Not sponsored at all. Not sponsored by Karen Cakes. Not sponsored by anybody. But this is the sweater that I have so far. I have done one sleeve, and you can see it right there. It's perfect. Turned out really nice, and you see all the decreases on there where my stitch markers are. I always leave those in until I finish the sweater. And then, actually, I have to match the other sleeve to it, so I can't take them out, and I shouldn't take them out. And so here's the other sleeve, and there are the stitch markers on it, but I haven't finished it. I have another probably 6 inches to go right here on the end, and then I will put the ribbing on, and I'll be finished with that part of the sweater. Then I plan to put maybe a ribbing around the bottom, and all of this will be done with spun colors. It won't be a different color or a different type of yarn or anything like I'm doing with the white sweater right here. I'm using a little bit different color, different brand of yarn, but this one is going to be done all in spun colors. It's a little bit heavy right now. It's getting a little heavy, but that's okay. It's going to be warm because it's partly wool, and I'm just real excited about that. There's so many beautiful colors in this that you can wear with this sweater. Look at all those colors. Turquoise and rust and even orange right there. Look at that. And beautiful colors of blue and gray up here. So these are all there are so many colors in that. It's amazing, but it does look very pretty when you get it crocheted up. I'm sure knitted it would look totally different from this, but I'm not a knitter per se. I've made one item out of knit, and it was fun. I feel like I finally did something with knit, but it wasn't much. It was pretty rough, but anyway, that's my second sweater whip that I'm working on right now. Y'all know I ordered a whole lot of Hue and Me from Line Brand not too long ago. This is the Arrowwood color, and it's a special coordination with 2 of Wands, and that designer's been around a while. I've seen her on not YouTube, but she has a website, and I stumbled across her one time, and I like her designs, but I wanted to make something different out of this. It was a wrap that I was going to make, and it did not work out. I frogged it totally. I frogged it all out, and I decided to make something different with it. Now this is a 5 bulky. This is totally different from the white Karen. Look at this. Okay, these are both considered 5 bulky yarns. Look at that. Look at the difference. Now, this yarn is much thicker than the white yarn. The white yarn is just, I don't know, it's considered a 5 bulky, and I know it's because of the hairs on it and all that, but this is a thick yarn. It's not drapey. So I decided to make a bomber jacket. I don't know if you know what those are. They were famous in World War II, and the pilots in the planes, they actually wore these, and they're a short jacket, kind of stiff, long sleeves with a coordinating or contrasting, some of them in contrasting collars and cuffs and ribbing around the bottom. So I decided to make a bomber jacket out of this, and it's turning out nice. It's not anything real special, but the shaping is going to be special. So I've done this much on it already. I'm using a K hook. See my little marker on there so I don't forget. I'm using a K hook on this, and I'm making it from the bottom up. I'm going around the bottom, and it will be open in the front, but I'm going around the bottom, and that's how we're going to approach this. And I have enough probably enough yarn to do that. And I might put a contrasting color collar and sleeve cuff, bottom cuff on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might just leave it like this. But I think it would be really pretty with a dark charcoal ribbing on it, you know, just to kind of give it some pizzazz. I like that look. So that's my newest project right there that I'm working on. A note about the Spun Colors sweater. I'm on my 3rd cake of Spun Colors. So I'm not even sure if I'll have enough to do all the ribbing or not. I hope I will. I hope I'll have enough. But I'm on my 3rd cake and I'm about a 1/3 of the way through it. So I'm hoping to finish that sleeve and be able to do the ribbing with that cake. So we'll see how that turns out. But I wanted you to know that's about 1,200 yards for that particular sweater because I'm using a J hook, and that hook brings the yarn together a little bit more. A K hook would be, this K hook would make it much more drapey, but I wanted a sweater that was warm, so I'm pulling in that fabric and making it a little tighter. So I'm using a J hook, and that might be a problem at the end. If I run out of yarn, I'll have to order another cake of that, and I don't want to do that, but I will if I have to, and to finish that beautiful sweater. So I just wanted you to know I'm on my 3rd cake of Spun Colors. So if you plan to make that, you might want to order 4 and make a hat with the rest of it, or you know, a small cowl or something like that with the leftover yarn. You could certainly do that, but I just wanted you to know that. It was a little note bringing to you about the amount of yarn that you need to make one of these multicolor cardies. Now on to our giveaway portion of the program. I wanted to show you the things I'm going to give away today, the gifts that are going out to my subscribers. Now, after this, we'll talk about some for next week, and I have a lot to give away next week, so be sure you stay tuned and like this video. If you don't mind, please do go ahead and like the video, and that helps me grow my audience and makes it a little bit easier for me to support my channel, and also to bring you more fun and projects to do. So be sure you like this video, and thank you so much for sharing it with your friends. If you have a crochet friend, send one to them and see if they like it. They might enjoy watching someone else crochet. You never know. All right, so the first gift we have for next week that you signed up for in your comments in the last video. So that is the Wool Ease, and this is the spice color. Beautiful color, beautiful, beautiful. And this is, I believe, all wool. Let me check and see. It might have some acrylic in it, but I think it's all wool. And let me find it. Oh, it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So this is super bulky number 6. So it crochets up real quick, so you don't have to worry about spending a lot of time on a project. This will probably make a hat or a cowl or something like that that you can make for Christmas or for yourself, and just wear it with your winter coat because it is going to get cold. So anyway, that's Wool Ease. That goes to winner number 1. Winner number 2 will receive the snow cone 2.5. I have 2.5 of these skeins to give away. This is a light chenille from Premier, not sponsored. The colorway is Root Beer, and it's beautiful crocheted up. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. I don't remember if I finished my bunny with this or if I used a different yarn. I can't remember, but this is as soft as you can imagine. It's 100% polyester, so no worries about wool with little children. You can make them something with this, and Mom can just throw it in the washing machine. So snow cone, 2.5 skeins of that, and on each skein are, let me find out how many yards are on here. 188. So you have 2 of those and another half or so. So those will go to winner number 2. Winner number 3 will receive the Coral Bamboo Fair, beautiful 273 yards on the skein, and it is a size 3 light yarn. Beautiful color, coral. And let's see what this is made from. This is 60% round from bamboo and 40% cotton. Really super duper, and very soft. Very, very soft. This was given to me by Peg Chandler. Peg, thank you so much. I probably won't need this, so I'm just going to give it away. There are 4 skeins of this, enough to make a top for summer. So there you go. That's really nice. I like that, but I will not be using it, so I need to go ahead and give that away to someone to start their summer top. I know it's winter, but you know, it takes time sometimes. if you get distracted like me. All right, the fourth winner will receive this Comfy Cotton Blend full skein or full cake of 392 yards in the colorway Poppy. Comfy cotton, half acrylic. Very, very nice for summer. Another beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I love Lion Brand, but I'm not sponsored by them at all. None of these companies are sponsoring me except the Holiday Spice Afghan by Annie's. That's it. This is it. And I don't need this. I don't know why I even bought it. Probably to make something for Christmas, but I didn't get around to it. It's almost Christmas, so I'm just going to have and give this away. It's Poppy again. The colorway is Poppy. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 4 gifts today. Here we are at the computer, and the address for the internet address for the video is up under there, but that's last week's video. The word we're talking about now is spice. If you use spice in your comment, then you will be in the running for this particular gift. So let's find out how many people we had that used the word spice, and that would be 155. So let's go over here and find out who wins the Woolies yarn in the spice colorway, and that would be Gail McBeath. Gail McBeath, you have won the Woolies yarn, and I will get that out to you. Just send me your mailing address and I will get that over to you right away. So Gail, congratulations. All right, let's try another winner here, and the keyword is snow, and that would be for the snow cone yarn. Let's go down here and answer this question, which is 16, and then let's find out how many comments had that particular word in them, and 166. So there we go. Let's go over here and find out who wins the snow cone yarn from Premier. The snow cone yarn from Premier goes to Marie K. Marie K, I see your word right there. So you have won the snow cone yarn. I congratulate you. That's so awesome. All right, let's go over here and find out who wins the next gift, which is the Bamboo Fair. And the keyword for that was coral, and I'm going to type that in. And then we have to go down here and answer another question, which is 11. And I'm sorry about the camera work. It's not really camera work. It's just kind of by hand, everything by hand on Jeannie's on the Hook Crochet. 203 wanted that bamboo, and I don't blame you. That's beautiful yarn by Premier. Love it. So the winner for the Premier yarn is Granny Pat 99. Granny Pat 99, you have won the coral, beautiful coral summer yarn. So you can get started on that summer top right away. All right, the last gift is the Poppy colorway Comfy Cotton. And let's go down here and answer this question. The question is 6 plus 5, 11. I thought I just answered that, but I guess not. All right, here are the number of YouTube comments, 195. Wow, Comfy Cotton was making a stand there. Okay, let's find out who wins the Comfy Cotton in the colorway Poppy. And that is Denise Schroth. Denise Schroth, you are the winner of the Comfy Cotton in the Poppy colorway. Love that yarn. So congratulations to all our winners. Please send me your mailing address via email. Send it to my email, and my email is down in the description box. You can find it there, and I will get those out to you right away. Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations to the winners. Please send me your mailing address and I'll get that out to you. Now, next week, I have several items I'm giving away, and 2 are frog or finish. And if you're interested in these, just use the word frog, F-R-O-G, in your comment. Now, the first frog or finish I have is with Comfy Cotton, one of my favorite yarns. And I've bought a whole lot of this last year, and I started some projects with it. This is 392 yards on the cake, and I have made half of a sweater here, looks like, and I have this much of a cake left there, and then a full cake here, so there's plenty of yarn to finish it. Now, this is the front of a summer top, and if you look at that, that's where I have the, no, that's wrong, this way, here we go. I have this up here, and this is the left shoulder, or the right shoulder, however you want to do it, and it goes right down the arm there. So the sleeves are kind of built into this one. You just crochet along. You'll see it. If you're even a beginner crocheter can figure this out. But I have marked the center right there with a stitch marker. I'll leave that in there. And you can start over on the other shoulder, the same number of stitches I started over from the center here. So you'll see it when you get it. It's a half finished top, and this is a frog or finish, so you can frog that right out if you don't like it, and you would have 2 cakes of comfy cotton. As it is, you have 1 full cake and then 1 partial cake. There's quite a bit on there, actually. So you might not even need this cake, honestly. I don't know. You won't have to use much of it anyway. So that's the first gift. This is a frog or finish, and this is done with comfy cotton, and the colorway here is Cool Night, and that's what it looks like. It has grays and blacks and beige, so that's Cool Night. Is it nights or night? Just one night, Cool Night. This is the colorway Driftwood, and a lot of y'all have used this for lots of projects. I know it's a very popular colorway of the comfy cotton, and this is what I have right here. You can look at it and say, I don't like that, I don't want it, I don't even know what it is. I think it's the front of a top, and you can probably do better if you frog that out, because I don't even know what size it is or how big I was when I did it. But you get this comfy cotton all here and that, and it looks like this might be a different color, but when I held them up they look like all the same color. I don't know, I think they're all the same color. So that is another frog or finish, and that will go to giveaway winner number 2. So if you're interested in either one of those, frog or finish, you can use the word frog in your comment, and you'll be in the running for one of those. Now, in addition to that, we have more giveaways. Let's go. Comfy cotton in the cream colorway. Love it, love it. You might be able to make a top out of just this, or you could just buy another one of these and have 2 cakes of it. You can make pretty much anything out of that. So this is the comfy cotton blend in the whipped cream color. Love it. I've made a lot of things out of this. I just really love it. And this will go to winner number 3. And the keyword is cotton, C-O-T-T-O-N. And that will go for that or this one. I have this one also. You might win either one. This is called Silver Lining, and this is called whipped cream. So I'm giving one to one person and one to another. Just use the word cotton and you'll be in the running for either one of these to be given away next week. So I'm real excited about that. Comfy cotton is one of my favorite yarns. I still have some of it left up there, so I may not be able to give that away because I just love it, but I'm giving these 2 away today. So another one I'm giving away is Woolies, and this is the colorway green, forest green heather. Beautiful, beautiful. What is that on there? I need to get that off. Okay, forest green heather, and this is a size 4 medium. It's Woolies, just basic Woolies, very soft and a beautiful color. So a hat, a cowl, something like that you could make out of this, and it is acrylic and wool, 80-20. So it has a little bit of wool in it, but not much. If you don't like wool, it probably wouldn't even matter to you. But I love the colorway. Look at the yellows in there. That is really pretty. I like that. Lion Brand Woolies. Next week, use the word wool, W-O-O-L. If you're wanting that, use that in your comment. Now you can use all these words if you want to, and you'll be in the running for all the gifts. If you just want one thing, then you'll be in the running for that one thing. Woolies Thick and Quick. Now, let me tell you what happened last week. I selected a winner, and her name was Simona Moniova, and she lives in the Czech Republic. And she won the Hudson Bay Woolies. This is beautiful yarn. I love this yarn. It's thick and quick, and I love the colorway too. It has lots of beautiful colors in there. I have 6 skeins of this, and when in my giveaway rules, if you'll notice down in the description box, I say if you live out of the country, I'm not going to send you a ball of yarn because it costs 5 times more than the ball of yarn to send it to you. So I always say you can order a pattern. I can email those to you, and it doesn't cost anybody anything And that way you can enjoy the pattern, but you can buy your own yarn wherever you live. Now, Simona wrote me and said she lived in the Czech Republic. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just go ahead and send it to her. And I went out to look at stamps.com, which is the most efficient way to send gifts across the country and around the world. Honestly, I have done that. But when I priced it, it was $232 to send a package of 6 of these to Simona. And when I wrote her back, I said, you know, I just can't do that. If it was just $25 or $30, I'd be glad to do that. But it was $200. I thought, I'll just send her a couple of patterns and be done with it. Well, she didn't want any patterns. She already had patterns. So she said, send me a postcard. So, Simona, I'm looking for a postcard to send you, and I will send that to you from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you will have received a postcard from America. She's never received a postcard or a letter, I guess, from America. So I will be glad to do that. It'll take me a week or so. I've got to find a postcard first because I don't have one lying around the house, but I will get to that. Now I have 6 skeins of this here that I need to give away. So if you're interested in this, 6 skeins of woolies, that's enough to pretty much make anything. This is thick and quick, and the key word is quick, Q-U-I-C-K. So if you're interested in this, use the word quick in your comment, and you'll be in the running for the 6 skeins. Now, if you live out of the country, it's best if you just don't sign up for it. But if you do sign up for it, no, I shouldn't say that. You can sign up for it, and I'll just give you a pattern. And you can select the pattern of your choice, and I'll send it over to you email, and everybody will be happy. So that's how I'm doing my giveaways. I do so many giveaways that I can't afford to send them all over the world. And I have had other people from other countries ask me, they won the gift, and they lived in Northern Africa, one in England, several in Canada, and I have sent them to Canada, but it's very expensive to do that. So if you live in another country and you win, you can just send me your pattern of choice, and I will be glad to send that to you. So there you go. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed my program. If you did, please like this video. I hope that you like it. I welcome your comments. I receive so many beautiful comments from y'all, and you know that. You know who you are. You always write me and say wonderful things, and it makes me feel so good. You just don't know how encouraging that is to someone who has a video channel all by themselves. There are a lot of people that have, you know, friends that come on, and husbands and wives, and, you know, it just seems like when you do it by yourself, you are all alone, and you decide what goes on, you decide what projects you work on, you decide what yarn to give away, you decide how your projects go on your video channel, you decide about your channel, what's going to go on it all by yourself. And so I need feedback. I love feedback, and most of your feedback is so wonderful, and I appreciate every word that you write on your comments. I do appreciate it, and it's fun to do giveaways because I do get to interact a little bit with y'all, and it's kind of fun to do that. So be sure to like this video. If you're still here and you're hanging in with me, I will be back next week, and I hope you stay safe, stay warm, and love to all of you. I send my love to all of you, and then I ask you to join me next time to find out what's on the hook.